In modern regulatory affairs, submissions are no longer stacks of paper sent in physical binders. Today, everything is digital, structured, and standardized. At the center of this transformation is the eCTD, or Electronic Common Technical Document. The eCTD is the global standard format for submitting regulatory information to health authorities such as the US, Food and Drug Administration, and the European Medicines Agency. But eCTD is not just about converting documents into PDFs. It is a highly organized system that defines how documents are structured, linked, updated, and tracked throughout the product lifecycle. To understand how it works, we need to look at three key concepts: submission sequence, lifecycle management, and publishing software. Let's start with submission sequence. In eCTD, every submission is assigned a unique sequence number. Think of this as a version or snapshot of the application at a specific point in time. The very first submission, usually the original marketing application, is typically sequence 00Z. After that, every update, response, or change is submitted as a new sequence 001, 002, 003, and so on. Each sequence is not a full replacement of the entire dossier. Instead, it contains only the documents that are new, updated, or being replaced. For example, if a company submits additional stability data in response to a regulatory query, that data is included in the next sequence without resubmitting everything else. This approach makes submissions more efficient and easier for regulators to review. Each sequence is also accompanied by metadata, structured information that tells the system what each document is, where it belongs, and how it relates to previous submissions. Now let's move to lifecycle management, which is one of the most powerful features of eCTD. Lifecycle management defines how documents evolve over time. In traditional paper submissions, tracking changes could be complicated. But in eCTD, every document has a defined lifecycle status. For example, a document can be new, replaced, appended, deleted. If a document is updated, the new version does not just sit separately. It is linked to the previous version using lifecycle operators such as replace. This creates a clear history of changes, allowing regulators to easily see what has been modified and why. For instance, if a manufacturing process description is updated, the new document will replace the old one in the same location within the eCTD structure. Over time, this builds a complete and traceable history of the product dossier. Lifecycle management also ensures that only the current valid version of each document is considered active, while older versions remain archived for reference. Now, let's talk about the third component. Publishing Software.eCTDPublishing is not done manually. It requires specialized software tools that convert, organize, and validate documents according to strict regulatory standards. These tools take source documents, usually in formats like Word or PDF, and transform them into a structured eCTD submission. The publishing process typically involves several steps. First, documents are organized according to the CTD structure, which includes 5 modules: administrative information, summaries, quality, non-clinical, and clinical data. Next, bookmarks and hyperlinks are added to ensure easy navigation within documents. Then metadata is assigned to each document, specifying its type, location, and lifecycle status. After that, the software generates an XML backbone, a key component of eCTD that acts as a map for the entire submission. This XML file tells the regulatory authorities system how to interpret and display the submission. Before submission, the entire sequence is validated using built-in validation tools. These checks ensure that the submission meets technical requirements set by agencies like the US Food and Drug Administration and the European Medicines Agency. Common validation checks include correct file naming, document placement, hyperlinks, XML structure. If errors are found, they must be corrected before submission. Once validated, the sequence is ready for electronic submission through agency portals. Now, bringing it all together, the eCTD publishing workflow is a structured and dynamic system. Submission sequences allow incremental updates without resubmitting the entire dossier. Lifecycle management ensures that every document change is tracked and traceable. And publishing software enables accurate, compliant, and efficient submission creation. In the end, eCTD is not just a format, it is a system that improves transparency, efficiency, and consistency in regulatory communication. It allows both companies and regulators to manage complex data in a clear and organized way. It supports faster and more reliable review of medicines.
Subscribe to MedPharma Global on YouTube. Get the latest medical and pharmaceutical updates. Click the subscribe button and join our community.